Let's move on to football. No, sorry, that's the wrong menu. Where's share screen? There we go. All right, so we're gonna recap week 6 real quick. As you guys know, early in the season, the Titans got a bad case of COVID, and it ended up like moving around the schedules quite a bit. I actually put this spreadsheet together like at the beginning, just before week 2. So I never went back to
fix the days that got turned around.
Exactly. So what you see here on lines 11 and 12 are games that were originally scheduled for week 6 but were moved, and I never changed it around. So that's why I have a mistake here. Those are moot. What do I call it? Moots predictions.
I think you should give me the win.
I'm good.
Since you messed up, that'll get me caught up.
So yeah, Buffalo versus KC. He picked KC. KC won. Tennessee is going strong. I picked Tennessee. We both picked Baltimore. We both picked Atlanta, and Atlanta finally won.
We finally won one with Atlanta.
Yeah. Anything to say about the Atlanta win?
Yeah, man. Look, the team just finally became. They played this. This is the first game that they played to the potential that we thought they could play. A lot of things are starting to come out, which is making you wonder if that's the reason why. Like, supposedly, I've heard this through one of the Facebook groups that we're on, right? Raheem Morris told Dirk Cutter, forget about Shanahan's play, but call your play. So I don't know if there's any truth to that they were still playing Shanahan's play. I will say his offense was a lot better than usual.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some truth to that. And then it kind of it does let you know that, you know what? I don't know if this was all Jeff Ulbrich that kind of caused this to the defense to play the way it was, or if it's because Dan Quinn was too heavily involved in the defense. And now that he's gone, he's not involved with the defense, which allowed them to loosen up the reins, which allowed them to call the plays that they want to. So change of the culture really helped out. And my hope is one of my predictions is almost true. Remember I said the 2 out of the next 3 games we would win. So hopefully we'll get there. I would love to see a win streak until the bye, because we only have, and we're gonna see, we have Detroit.
9, right? Yeah, I think week 9 is the bye, right?
Yeah, week 9 is the bye. We have Detroit. What are the teams that's pretty bad that we have?
No. Sorry, we do have a game on week 9, so it looks like
Carolina is in week 9.
No, Carolina is week 8. Week 9 is Denver, and then we have a bye.
Okay, and then so it's going to be Detroit, Carolina, then Denver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have that. We could honestly, all those games are winnable. Go on a win streak. You're at 4 and 5, and you know what? Maybe there's a possibility of you trying to sneak into the playoffs.
I believe that we cannot lose another divisional game. I think we lose one more of those. It doesn't matter what we do the rest of the schedule.
That if we win out, except for one game, if we lose that Kansas City game,
yes,
or Chargers, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we have to win out, and like you said, the Chiefs, a loss against the Chiefs should be fine. But if we lose any of the divisional games, we're screwed, because we have a lot of catching up to do within the division. I do want to say that I was doing the armchair coaching thing where I was like, don't run there or pass there or whatever.
Hey, listen.
Right. There's a point where we were up by 2 possessions, and I was like, no, you got to run the ball. And I think like right out the gate when we got the ball back, the first thing he does is like a deep pass, and it's a deep completion, and we're already in enemy territory. I was like, okay, fine. I was gonna run there, but you guys got it. So I think there's a lot of confidence with the way they're playing, and I hope it carries over. I know people will say, well, Minnesota is was a 1-4 team at the time. Very true. But we've also not been executing against teams that we should be executing against.
And this is the thing I always say about crappy teams, that when you face a crappy team, they rolled over them. That's what you're supposed to do with a crappy team. Yeah. Roll over them.
So when you face a good team,
so I mean,
Yeah, when you face a good team, then you're like on par. You're like, okay, now let's show what it looks like when we elevate our game. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna say no. So I was really happy with the performance.
Yeah. Only thing I will say is this: I hope this is an indication that the Falcons will stop starting to play at teams' levels. Because you know how they have a tendency of, when it's a bad team, they have a tendency of playing bad. When it's a good team, they have a tendency of playing good. But the only problem is when you do that, when you play good against a good team, you still have a high, you can still lose.
Mm.
When you play bad against a bad team, you can still lose. So that's what ends up getting you coming from behind.
Yeah.
So I hope that that's what stopped. And honestly, Raheem Morris I think he wants a head coaching job, and he's gonna fight for it. You know.
And I told you during our last recap that I think the defense has started to turn things around, and it's the offense that started sputtering. So I think we finally got to see both like click, because the defense did not look anywhere near as bad as they looked in the first 2 weeks and some parts of the Packers game. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Good stuff.
There you go.
All right. So Steelers and Browns. Steelers.
I don't know why the hell I went to the Browns on that one.
I'm not sure. I think you're just trying to catch up.
I am.
Bengals and Colts. Colts won. We both picked Jacksonville, but the Lions won. We both picked Chicago. They won. I picked Giants. You picked Washington. Giants won. I think that was the
So
first.
what the hell was Washington doing?
I don't. Oh, right, because it was 2019, and they can kick a PAT and go for overtime, but they tried to go for 2, and they missed it, and they lost the game.
I'm like, Ron Rivera, your team does not have that kind of swagger right now for you to be doing that kind of thing, you know?
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, even when he was in our division, I didn't think Ron Rivera was the greatest coach. That's just my opinion.
But the Giants are back in it because that's a really bad division. At 1-4, they're back in it. So
6 weeks into the season, and you're only 1 game out from winning your division.
Yeah, sorry, 1-5, 1-5. But all right, and as I said earlier, these 2 games didn't actually happen. It was actually Jets versus Miami, and Miami crushed them 24-0. Miami crushed them, and then the Dolphins are now starting Tua this week. It's like, what did Fitzpatrick do? He's been great. He's been
so good. So I actually saw Kurt Warner talk about that when he was playing for, I think it was, who did he play for after St. Louis? I know he went with Arizona to the Super Bowl, but he played, was it Philly?
Kurt Warner?
Yeah, Kurt Warner played with another. So he was saying that he was like, I understand exactly what Fitzpatrick was saying, because Fitzpatrick was talking about how he was crushed, right? And then so it was the Giants actually. So he says that Eli Manning, so he was winning. He had the team going at, I forget what, but they were at a winning season, similar to the way Miami is doing now, right? And then what he said, what they said was, what they decided to do was, the coach came up to him and said, look, we got the defense playing to the level that we want them to play to get us wins, right? Now it's the right opportunity. It's the right time to put in this quarterback of the future. It's not something wrong that you're doing. It's just that we have to think about long term. We have to think about moving forward. And then what happens? Eli Manning gets him 2 championships later on, right? So that's kind of, Kurt Warner was basically saying that's what's happening to Fitzpatrick right now. It's like Miami's defense is playing and their offensive line is playing at a good level that they feel confident with. Then basically what they're saying is, hey, we checked with Fitzpatrick first to see if Tua would get slaughtered. But now that we know that he's not, it makes sense for us to start putting him in now. So that's the reason why they're going that route.
I see what you're saying. You spend your first round pick on this guy. You want to try and fit him into the system. I get a sense that they didn't handle it well with Fitzpatrick.
I think they probably didn't tell him right, or
I don't think they told him. I think he found out. Really? I think he found out with the rest of us. Yeah.
Oh, that's just dirty.
Yeah, because that's basically what he was saying. Like, I found out that I lost my job, and I lost my starting position, and I was crushed. If you're gonna do that, you can't have him find out in the media.
Now that's just kind of trash right there. You don't do that,
especially when he just won for you 24-0 and had a that's messed up.
Yeah, that's pretty crappy.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Sorry, Fitzmagic.
Yeah. Hey, I had him in my team. He did well for me. Thank you, Fitz. So Packers and the battle of the Bay. Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay crushed
Slaughtered
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay.
Damn.
Which pisses me off. Can Tom Brady ever be on a team where the defense isn't elite?
Right. Right.
You know,
But
man.
but you know what? You know what? This game actually shows what a missed opportunity the Falcons versus Packers game was, because this game exposed the weakness of the Packers not having wide receivers, right? Because
Yeah.
all their wide receivers are like injured or something's up with them. And what did the Packers do against the Falcons? They just went to their tight end, gave their tight end a Hall of Fame game.
Didn't they? Did they also sit Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game?
Of the Tampa Bay game?
Yeah, I think they
I
benched
believe
him.
so. They did. Yes, they did.
Now I don't
But
know
they
if it
didn't
was
bring.
for the safety, but
Yeah, it was for safety because the lead is large. But they didn't bring in Jordan Love. Is that the guy?
okay, so then it was definitely for safety.
No,
Because
yeah, they didn't bring him in. They brought in some other guy.
that's what I'm saying. It's definitely for safety. If you didn't bring in your quarterback of the future
Oh,
to
got it.
replace, then it's for safety. It's basically Aaron Rodgers is still safe. He's not like gonna get Fitzmagicked.
Got,
So you know
got
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Right. So, and also that was their first loss of the season. There's no way they Fitzmagic him over that.
yeah, I know that'd be stupid.
So then Rams versus San Francisco. San Fran won, which you picked, and then Arizona versus Dallas. We both picked Arizona.
Arizona whooped their ass.
Dallas was non-existent in that game,
Yeah.
and hence why the why the NFC.
Why the Giants can win the division
Yes.
at 4-10
Right.
or 4-12.
Right. So the current tally, nothing's changed because I was 7-7 for that week. So I'm still leading by 5.
Jesus.
Damn Zeus. All right, let's run through this thing real quick. Tonight, Giants versus Eagles. You picked who? You picked Eagles, right?
I picked Eagles, but I'm not 100% confident with that choice. Honestly, this is like the battle of the Titans, like, and not the good ones that are on the AFC.
Reverse.
Yeah, this
battle.
This is like, oh my gosh, like they're literally fighting because it's on right now.
It's about to start.
Yeah, it's already started. It's like the Eagles are at 2nd and 5, and but I'm looking at the bottom. It's 1-5 versus 1-4-1, and if whoever wins this one, I think if Eagles win, they leapfrog Dallas in the division, and then I think if the Giants win,
they tie.
They tied, but I think they have. So I think the Dallas Cowboys still win because they have a head-to-head.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, this is like a pathetic. It really is the NFC East, but yeah, I'll go with Philly.
I was gonna give you a chance to change, but since the game has already started, we can't.
Yeah.
All right. So, Panthers versus Saints. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. This is a division game. Screw it. I'm gonna go with Panthers. I'm gonna give them the upset. It's crazy. Even us sitting at 1-5, if we do go on that win streak, and if the Saints and Tampa and Carolina lose a few more games, we're in the running.
Or if they kneecap each other. Right?
Yeah, we're in the running.
Yeah. So all right. Bills versus Jets. I picked Panthers too, by the way. Bills versus Jets. I like what I'm seeing from the Bills. I think they lost though to Chiefs. Yeah. I like what I'm seeing from the Bills. The Jets need a bounce back game. The only good guy on their team right now is Jamison Crowder. Flacco is not looking good at all. I'm gonna pick Bills.
I'm not even going to bother with an upset on this one. I'm going Buffalo. Jets are. I actually think what you're going to start hearing is a lot more players wanting to leave the Jets because I have a feeling that they're kind of tanking. They want Trevor Lawrence, but the problem is they want Trevor Lawrence, but what's his name is going to get fired at the end of the season.
What is this? Who's the coach?
Are they Gase? Is that Gase?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Gase. Yeah, okay.
He's going to get let go. Look. Adam Gase is he is a quarterback murderer. Because, for real, he messed up. Who was it?
Tannehill was in Miami.
His career
Look
was
at him now. Look at him now exactly. in Tennessee.
It was almost derailed. It's just like, no, you just got to, Gase is, No, he's trash. He shouldn't even be a coordinator after this.
Okay. 2 first-round picks: Mayfield versus Burrow. Browns, Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I'll go different on this one. I'll go with Browns.
Go ahead. I just feel like right now the Cleveland Browns are kind of getting vulnerable because they're starting to get pissed. And usually when you get pissed, a lot of times it leads to you getting pissed off at each other, which leads to a toxic environment. And I think with the Bengals, I think they're starting to feel themselves a little bit because they're kind of starting to like Burrow starting to get comfortable. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Okay. I just picked the Browns just because I think that's a very even matchup.
Yeah.
But maybe Burrow will start feeling himself and getting there. Okay, Dallas and Washington. I'm sorry, I just don't see Andy Dalton leading Dallas to many wins, so I'm gonna pick Washington.
I'm gonna go with Washington too. I don't think Ron Rivera's not gonna do a stupid mistake like he did.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tennessee.
Steelers, Titans, Tennessee. Do they remain perfect?
Yeah, I think they'll remain perfect. Aren't they both? Oh, they're actually both perfect teams, aren't they?
Yeah, but
be different. Be different. Go ahead, be different.
Okay, I could afford a few.
But you want to bet you're going to win that one too?
Jags versus Chargers. Jags versus Chargers. I actually don't know much about either one. I know Herbert is doing well, so I'm gonna pick Chargers.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pick Chargers because actually I think I'm mistaken. I think it's they're saying that the Jacksonville Jaguars are the ones that are tanking too. Like I think both of those are fighting for the number one spot.
Yeah.
Jacksonville and Jets. So
okay. Packers.
Green Bay versus Houston. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is gonna have he's gonna
bounce back game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Houston. Actually,
an upset.
I think Houston has it. I don't think it's that much of an upset, really. I mean, record-wise, yeah, but I think they have the defense to give Rodgers trouble. Look,
I think you're gonna win that one. I now that I think about it, because Houston's always had a great defense, and if you got JJ Watts, you always got a good defense.
Yeah. I'm skipping the Atlanta one for now. All right, Seattle is what I'm picking against Arizona. Even though I do like Kyler Murray, I think. Oh, they got flexed to Sunday nights.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm already 5 behind. Screw it. I'm just picking Arizona just for the hell of it.
Possible.
You know why not?
Possible,
upset win. It's a division game. I'm gonna lose that one, I know, but whatever.
Chiefs versus Broncos.
Your turn. Oh, Chiefs.
No, you are. Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah, the Broncos don't really have any real weapons. Niners versus New England. New England got held to like field goals this last game. Don't know what was going on there. George Kittle is coming alive every now and then. I'm gonna pick Niners.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it. I was thinking about picking the Niners, but I'm trying to move up. I'm trying to move on up to the east side.
There's a lot of weeks left to catch up. You don't have to do it all in 1 week.
All right. New England, damn it. I don't care.
Okay.
Let's go for it. Go for it.
I wasn't trying to psych you out or anything. Bucks versus Raiders. Who do you think?
I'm gonna go with shit. I have a sneaky suspicion that the Bucks are gonna start running away with this division. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Okay. I'm picking the Raiders just because I want the Raiders to win. Just because we need the Bucks to lose. That's all. Chicago versus the Rams. Nick Foles is still at the helm, right? Damn, it's a damn shame what happened to Trubisky. Rams. Who do you pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams too. I think they're gonna win they're gonna give Chicago its second loss.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure we're both picking Atlanta on this, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, preview this game before we wrap up?
Yeah, if they play the same way that they played against Minnesota, they're going to steamroll them, honestly. Okay. Just because kind of like I was saying, like I don't really know too much about the Bengals if they're starting to get a swagger, but I kind of have a feeling that this culture change, because you know how last time you talked about how the change between Houston firing Bill O'Brien was a lot different than the change for Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's significant because what happened is with Bill O'Brien created a toxic atmosphere for them where they just didn't like him as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Dan Quinn, they loved him as a person, but he just wasn't doing it for them as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And Raheem Morris he's not giving you interim coach vibes. He's giving you a straight up, I'm the coach vibe.
I'm taking over this team.
Exactly. He's like, yo, there's a reason I was assistant coach for so long. I'm the coach. I'm the captain now. So he's kind of like running with that. So I kind of feel like, honestly, if Raheem Morris keeps that same energy, even if these are just crappy teams that you start to beat, that could start getting you into a rhythm that after the bye, New Orleans will be facing a tough Atlanta opponent. And again, 7 seeds, first time you could sneak in to the 7th seed at 10-6 at 9-7.
Yeah.
So
I think 9-7. I think we could get in at 9-7, especially if we can run the table the rest of the way on our division. So
we'll see.
I agree. I think this is a very winnable game. I think honestly, this has to be one of those kind of statement wins that it's not just, oh, we just won by a last second field goal, because Detroit isn't that type of team that should be pushing us to the brink. If they do push us to the brink, I think there's a lot to be worried about there.
How many what kind of loss do you think the Detroit Lions have to have in order to finally let go of Matt Patricia? Or you don't think they're going to let go of him until the end of the season at this point?
Yeah. I mean, or a trade deadline. I don't know, man. Because like I told you before, the Matt Patricia thing, right, where he differs from the likes of Bill O'Brien and Dan Quinn and the rest of them, I don't think the Lions really had big expectations for this season, right? Like I'm trying to think of what sort of moves they made that would suggest that they're like, okay, this is our year. I can't think of any. So whereas the Falcons, I think barring one player, I think we had almost an entire offense made off of first round draft picks. You know, like there was a big expectation around the Falcons. So of course it makes sense that they're like, okay, look, we got to cut ties because we gave you all this and you aren't doing anything with it. Matt Patricia, I just don't get that vibe. So I mean, if he gets fired, it wouldn't be surprising. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they're like, look, we'll let you keep this job to the end, but you gone, dog. You're basically walking the plank at this point. So
we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping for an Atlanta win. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Zeus. And that's our last segment because we covered everything else 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good night. Enjoy the debates.
All right. Y'all take care.